Well, my name is Dick Hamer, and I guess the reason why we're sitting here talking is our common connection, which is Motorcycle Dealer News. I was very happy and pleased to become a part of the Motorcycle Dealer News story in 1973. I had ridden out here from St. Louis, where I had been living, and basically I met Larry Hester while volunteering to help a gal I was dating she and her sister, to move from the place she lived to another place, and they needed help. So Larry Hester showed up. He was dating the sister. I didn't know him. And so the two sisters were the cause for each of us to join up on this truck he borrowed from John McLaughlin, who ran McLaughlin Motors dealership up in Duarte, I think. And Steve McLaughlin's dad, by the way.
Yeah.
So I met Larry Hester there, and we were loading furniture and whatnot into this truck to move the gals. And part of our conversation, he asked me what I was doing for work. I said I was looking. I didn't have a job yet. I had been here a couple months, and having ridden out on my Honda CB 750, I rode that out here from St. Louis. Like I had previously done 2 years before, I rode out here, and then I went back that time. But this time I was here to stay, just needed to find a job. So Larry Hester basically said, come on down and take a look at what we're doing, and we'd like to see if maybe we'd be a good match for what we need. And it turned out that way, and they were running the Dealer News operation in an office down on Coast Highway across from the Crown House near Three Arch Bay on Coast Highway in Laguna. And so I met him down there, rode my motorcycle down there, and met them. Them being Larry Hester and Steve Lewis, who was his right-hand man. Bill Bagnall, you asked about, he was already out of the picture. He had sold his interest to Larry and was not involved at all anymore. So Larry and Steve Lewis basically were running the operation. They had 6 people there. They hired me, and I became either the 6th or the 7th to sell advertising in Dealer News, and to do it however I needed to, whether it was to drive or ride somewhere or take a plane somewhere. It wasn't not too much plane riding, because we did the trade shows, and that's where we did a lot of our travel, was say go to Cincinnati and then book a trip to surrounding areas that we're able to visit that were customer type companies.
So at that time, the show had finally moved into Cincinnati from the multiple, because we were in Houston and we were in Columbus one time.
Well,
one year there was 3 shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't just one show. There was a Cincinnati show, which was sort of the big daddy of the shows. It was a dealer only, no consumer. And that was our biggest attended and exhibited in show. And that was kind of on a schedule that you'd have one here, and then you have another 3 weeks later, you have another one, 3 weeks later, another one. And that allowed us to cover, including substitutional type changes over the years. We covered Cincinnati, Long Beach, Anaheim, Houston in the Astrodome, Hartford, Connecticut, Detroit, all those places. And then we created, while I was there participating in the process, we created another show called the IMA, the International Motorcycle Aftermarket Expo, which was a distributor oriented towards dealer show in Las Vegas. So that was a very, very successful show. That went real well. Eventually it went away, but I was gone then. I didn't really know much about the details.